I have carefully designed games for the last 35 years. And in my examination, I've seen there's only a few games out there, board games or tabletop games such as Domino that's really good. So I spent the last 15 years designing 35 different games. But the game that I'm presenting today is 10 of my favorite card games. Each card game is unique in its own right, and I could probably produce them, but I want to sell these games outright. I have the copyrights, I have the designs, I have the layouts, I have everything it takes. These games are production ready. And I'm going to explain them one at a time in simple form. If you're interested in these games, I will sell you all the rights to these games. Individually, I'll sell the group, but they are $50,000 a piece. I will show you how to produce these games. I have the print layout, and I also have the someone that's willing to put them into apps. But these games are unique, ready for production, and I'm ready to sell them at $50,000 per game, which is a giveaway. As you can see, my first game is called Brainstorm. It's a recall and memory game where players are required to remember the 12 first numbers, and if there's a tournament, they remember the other 3 numbers, which is 15. It's a recall and number memory game.
Brainstorm. This is a simple and easy to play numbers memory game. This game has cards that all have 15 numbers on them, all with the first 12 numbers lined up in rows of 3 numbers, such as 8, 6, 9, 2, 5, 7, 3, 15, 64, and number 1. The card also has 3 additional numbers located at the bottom of each card, making a total of 15 numbers on each card. The object of the game is to progressively call out at least 9 or 12 numbers for him or her to correctly repeat, and if repeated correctly, that player receives game points. If repeated incorrectly, no points are given. The remaining 3 numbers are only used in championship or final matches. Although this process may sound simple and easy, recalling and repeating numbers in their proper order will always create difficult brainstorms. Try this unique game of numbers and you'll never ever stop playing it.
Brainstorm is a unique card game where there's 15 total numbers, but the players are only concerned at first about the first 12 numbers. The opponent call them out and then the player repeat. Let's play.
682 795 851 364.
Repeat. 682 795 851 364.
Right answer. Player receive 1 point.
Call out 164 372 079 865.
164 372 079 865.
Right answer. Player receive 1 card, 1 point.
541 297 836 402.
549
Wrong
683.
answer. Nope.
This is a game called Samaki, where you put the cards side by side and the numbers match up. Like you want the numbers to match up, the black color numbers to match up, the 2 middle numbers equal one of the numbers on each side. Samaki is a match-up card game.
Samaki. The game where players place one card face down and then let their opponent place their card face up adjacent to it. Then they turn over the face down card to see if their face up card numbers added to their opponent's adjacent side numbers exactly equal their larger center circular number. If so, they score 1 point for one correct matchup and 2 points for a double matchup. Samaki is a fun and exciting game for all ages. It's simple to learn and extremely easy to play. Try it and you'll never stop playing it.
It's a unique card game where each player receives 5 cards. The object of the game is to turn over your opponent's card and you see 9 and 10, 19, black team gets 1 point. Same thing here, we see turn over the opponent's card, 8 and 4, 12, white teams get 1 point. Let's play.
6 plus 9 equals 15. 10 plus 9 equals 19. 7 plus 3 equals 10.
As you can see, the game of Samaki moves right along. Play 1, turn over, no match. One of my favorite games is called Word Nerd. As you can see in this one, you put the cards together and words appear. These two come together, you see the word report and people, but for the opponent, you see the word severe and losses. This is a game where you remember and you put the words together.
Word Nerd. The name of this game properly describes it. This game consists of cards that are divided into half words, prefixes and suffixes, with half of two words belonging to one team or player and half of two words belonging to their opponent, with each team having a different color. Like all card games, players constantly lay cards down on the table and exchange cards, always looking for that perfect matchup card, which will always reveal their two full words when their prefix and suffix card is placed adjacent to each other. Whenever this happens, that player must verbally say the phrase, "Word Nerd," and reveal their two words such as winter and basket or rubber and prison. Also, please remember that each word consists of 6 alphabet letters with 3 prefix letters and also 3 suffix letters, both making up complete words. Try this unique matchup game and you'll quickly become a word nerd.
In the game of Word Nerd, players receive 2 points by connecting their cards together. The black team would receive 2 points by connecting the word policy and higher. In this set, the white team would receive 2 points by connecting their 2 words, master and Lawson. Also, the next player, if he had this card in their hand, could receive 2 points by connecting the word invite and skills or action and aspect, whether they're the white team or the black team. Also, in the game of Word Nerd, there's a tabletop model where words are connected. Toby, Luke, Faye, Abel, Mimi, these are words. If this next player selects this card and places it here, the words CC, Noah, and Paige appear, so that player receives 3 points. The next game is called Hanky Panky. As you can see, the card got Hanky on one end and Panky on the other end. You have Hanky on the side, Panky. When the numbers are matched up, you have a Hanky Panky 8 matchup, a Hanky Panky 6 matchup, Hanky Panky 3 matchup. This is a game where you match up Hanky and Panky.
Hanky Panky. This simple and exciting game consists of a game card with Hanky and Panky written on it 2 times each, with numbers written below and beside each number which belong to a team or player. The object of the game is to always match up the same number that Hanky has on it with another identical number for Panky, and whenever this happens, that team or player has a Hanky Panky matchup and he or she scores game points. For example, if a player has Hanky number 6 and correctly pairs it with Panky number 6, he or she then has a Hanky Panky matchup set and scores game points. This is also a verbal game where players are constantly picking up, placing down, and selecting cards from the shuffled deck to complete their sets and eventually win the game. At the start of each game, players must predetermine how many hanky-panky sets they're playing for, and when the number is reached, a winner is then declared. Play this game and you'll soon find out that hanky-panky always pays off.
Hanky-panky is a unique card game where players lay their cards down and make a hanky-panky score matchup. As you can see, Hanky and Panky comes together and this player scores 4 hanky-panky points. On this one, you see Hanky and Panky comes together, the player scores 1 point. On this one, it's coming in from the side, hanky-panky, but the player scores 7 points. On this one, you have a 6-point hanky-panky score. This is one showing that you come in from the side, you have a 6-point hanky-panky score, you bring this one in here, you have a 3-point hanky-panky score, and so forth. The last one here we'll show you is a 6-point hanky-panky score. It is a game where when players lay their cards down, they're looking for a way to score against the opponent's card in the game of hanky-panky. This is a game called Hocus Pocus. The object of the game is to get 6 numbers out of the numbers that's presented. You would have 6 numbers, 17, 30, or on this one you would have 3 numbers. If this card shows up, you have to have 3 of the numbers that you're looking for. On this one, you do the same thing. You have to have 3 numbers. On this one, 4. Hocus Pocus is a number game where when the opponent puts a card down, you match the same number on your card.
Hocus Pocus. The game where each playing card has 8 numbers all around the edges of each card, such as 8, 6, 5, 9, 14, 21, 16, and 4. Also, each card also has one number, such as 3, 4, 5, or 6, right in the middle, and it's circled. This card is then placed face down on the table for their opponent to select one of their in-hand cards, place it down face up on the table, and when their opponent's card is turned over, also with the 8 numbers on it, the object of the game is to exactly match the same amount of numbers as requested by the encircled number on the face down card, which would be the 3, 4, 5, or 6. If there is a correct matchup, that player will receive 3, 4, 5, or 6 game points. Play this unique game and you'll never ever stop.
Overall, this is one of my favorite games. It's called I Play 8, You Play 3. In this game, you notice the opponent say, I play 4, you play 1. And then the opponent says, I play 1, you play 6. It's a game where you demand your opponent play a certain number or they lose points.
I play 8, you play 3. This unique game of request and demand can be played by all ages 6 to 96, and everyone likes it because it's so simple. The object of the game is to consistently request different numbers from your opponents in hope that they don't have what you request, and you'll score points. Each game not only has a response number on it to appease your opponent, it also follows up with a request number. For example, if your opponent requests number 6 and you respond with it, or the number 6 card, there is also a request number on it, such as number 4. Each game card has a play number on it and a request number, such as you play 7, I play 5. And their opponent's number will have it, I play 5, you play 8, etc. Play this simple, fun-filled game just once and you'll play it 1,000 times more because the excitement never ends.
I Play 8, You Play 3 is a unique request and demand card game. As you can see, the card is divided into 2 sides, one for team number 1, one side for team number 2. Team number 1 player would say, I play 3, you play 7. Then team number 2 would say, I play 7, you play 9. Team number 1 would say, I play 9, you play 6. Team number 2 would say, I play 6, you play 8. Team number 1 would say, I play 8, you play 3. Team number 2 would say, I play 3, you play 9. As you can see, if a player don't have the card that is requested, his opponent received that amount of points, 5, 6, 7, or whatever. There's also 3 wild cards with numbers 4, 5, and 6, which player multiply their points with. This is a game where when requested, you have to respond with the proper card. This is another game. It's called Perfect Date, Perfect Mate. As you can see, you match up daters that like the same activities. Molly likes horses and Melvin likes singing, and another card, Melvin likes singing and Molly likes horses. So when you have a double mate, double date, then you score points. If 5 points are given for each time you have a perfect mate for a perfect date.
Double Date and Perfect Mate. This game can be played by anyone, anywhere. The object of the game is to properly match up couples who both enjoy the same activities such as swimming, horseback riding, racing, hiking, etc. And when their perfect mate is finally located, they will enjoy either one or two of the same activities, ending up in a single or double date. For example, on one game card, Cindy enjoys skating, and in this case, this player has located the perfect mate to double date, and he or she will receive game points. In another case, there might be a single date where Henry enjoys poker and Linda enjoys poker. As you can see, this is still a perfect date because both of them still enjoy the same exciting activity, and this player will still receive game points. Try this unique game of double date and perfect mate, and you'll find yourself matchmaking at every chance you possibly get.
Perfect Date, Perfect Mate is a unique card game where daters enjoy the same activities. As you can see on this card, Travis enjoyed picnics and Trina enjoyed dancing, and the matching card is Travis and I enjoyed dancing and Trina enjoyed picnics. The next set, you see Omar enjoyed concerts and Alicia enjoyed gambling, and on the opposite card, now Omar enjoyed gambling and Alicia enjoyed concerts. Another way that players can score points is one single activity. As you can see here, Vernon enjoyed dancing, and now you see Betty also enjoyed dancing. And when there's a perfect date, perfect mate match, the couple or the player receives 5 points. Another way that they can receive points is if they choose this card here, which is the wild card, that player receives 50 points. This is a game called Easy 3 plus 3. The object of the game is for the opponent to put down cards that matches 9, 8, 7. So you must come up with the big numbers 9, 8, and 7. In other words, this is a game where you also have wild cards. The wild card will take the place of any missing number. So if you say 7, 4, 1, and if I don't have 7, 4, and 1, I just have a 7, the 2 wild card takes care of the 4 and 1. Easy 3 plus 3.
Easy 3 plus 3. This game consists of unique playing cards divided into 2 different halves with 2 different colors so that each card has numbers on it for both teams. There are 3 small numbers on each card, such as 874, and 1 large number, such as 7. The object of the game is for players to locate 3 large single numbers or 3 different game cards to exactly equal the 3 small numbers on one single card. Whenever this happens, that player or team then receives easy 3 plus 3 game points. Like any other card game, players are consistently laying down, picking up, and selecting game cards from the game table and playing deck as needed, and also replacing game cards that they score points with all during the entire game. This is a simple and easy to play game for all ages and only increases in excitement as the game continues. Play this unique game and before you know it, you'll be yelling out easy 3 plus 3.
In the game of Easy 3 plus 3, as you can see, the object of the game is for the player to locate the 3 smaller numbers, 8, 7, 9. And when those numbers are located, as in this case, number 8, 7, and 9, in larger numbers, the player scores 5 points. You can see it right here where the player was looking for number 837, and we see they've located number 837, larger numbers. Again, the player scored 5 points. Last example is the player was looking for number 596, and they located number 596. So in this case, the player also scored 5 points. There are also 3 wild cards, a single, a double, and a triple wild card, which can be used as replacement numbers when you cannot locate the number you're looking for.
3.
I really like this game. It's called Jackpot, where you either bankroll or you bankrupt. Notice you have a minus amount and a plus amount. 9 minus plus 1, that's 8. And then you add up your totals at the end of a hand, and you see if you bankroll or bankrupt. If you have positive money, you bankroll. If you have negative money, you bankrupt. This is a game where you also have chips that equal amount, $20 or $25, and you give them out as you win money.
Jackpot. The game where players also place one of their game cards face down on the playing table, and then their opponent selects one of their 5 cards in hand to place down adjacent to it face up. And when the opponent's card is then placed face up and all 3 cash dollar amounts are lined up between both cards with their dollar amounts side by side, the player that played the face up card down first then adds up to see if he or she bankrolled by having positive cash or bankrupt by going in the negative. This is an extremely exciting game for all ages. Play it and you'll either get rich or go completely broke.
In the game of Jackpot, you have a stash of jackpot money to be paid when the player either bankroll or bankrupt. Let's count up and see. In this case, you slide the 2 cards together. You have $7 minus $1 plus $3. That's $10. Bankroll $10. First card played.
6 minus plus 6 is 0. 8 plus negative 3 is 5. 2 plus 8 would be 3. I earned $11.
I played plus 6, 0, minus 1, 5. 5 points. Play. Let's play.
Negative 5 minus plus 8 is 3. Then plus 3 plus 7 would be 10. Then 2, 6.
This is a simple game, end to end, where you match up ends to score points. You match up the 8 and the 4, you're trying to get 13 on this and trying to get 15 on this one. This is a game where you can also get points by scoring from the side. If these 2 numbers match the number on the end to end is a very simple game. It's a tabletop and it's a card game. This just happened to be the card game version, end to end.
End to end. This is a unique add-up game where players place their selected game card end to end against game cards that are laid down on the table face up. Each game card has numbers on both ends of it belonging to each team. The object of the game is for players to correctly match up both smaller numbers on both cards to exactly equal the larger encircled number. For example, if the white team has on it a number 16 encircled on a game card placed down on the table that also has a number 7 beside the 16, then a player places a number 9 adjacent to the number 7, which equals number 16 in their color. That player then scores game points by connecting the two numbers 9 and 7, which equals 16. This is a simple numbers game where players can score game points by placing the correct add-up game card against the side or end of a game card and score. Play this unique game of end-to-end and you'll find yourself scoring game points before you know it.
In the game of end-to-end, the pieces are vigorously scrambled, and then you have what you call the matchup sets. You see 9 and 9, 18 black team. You see 9 and 4, 13 white team. And you have 3 wipeout pieces. When the wipeout pieces are played, when the wipeout pieces are found, all the points are eliminated. 5 points each game. Let's play. You see 9 and 8, 17.
4 plus 9 is 13.
9, 9, black team 18.
7 and 5, white team 12.
9 and 5, 14, white team.
Score again. 7 plus 8 equals 15.
Select wipeout piece, lose score. In the game of end to end, wipeout is the essence of the game.